Club's leading scorer this season, Alvin Fortes, and Selangor will most likely play with 3 at the back. So in goal is Azim Al-Amin, and the back 3, Harith Haikai, who's the captain, and he scored in the first game. His partners in defence, Mbarek Eshmuradov, Uzbeki defender, and Mo Abu Al-Nadi. The wing-backs, Quentin Cheng on the right-hand side and Zikri Khalili on the left. So, again, anticipate a 4-man midfield. Ali Olwan, who scored in the first game, he's a Jordanian international. Noah Lena and Nikola Jambor, a Croatian, will be in the middle, with Alvin Fortes, we think, on the left-hand side, and ploughing a lone furrow up front, Ronnie Fernandez, who's a Chilean striker. Jeonbuk qualified for this competition with a 4th place finish in the K-League last season. Not going quite as well for them this season, that I'll explain a little bit more about. And Selangor qualified as runners-up in the Malaysia Super League last year. This is their first appearance in international club football since 2016. Now, as for the group stage so far, Selangor drew their first game 1-1 at Muangthong United of Thailand, then beat Filipino side Dynamic Herd Cebu 1-0 at home. These two sides dominating the group, and they are on course to qualify for the knockout stage. Jeonbuk have a rich and storied history in international club competitions. They won the AFC Champions League in 2006 and 2016. They were runners-up in 2011, also runners-up in the Asian Cup Winners' Cup in 2002. Selangor, now their history not quite as storied. They were runners-up in the Asian Champions Club Tournament in 1967, and they reached the quarterfinals of the AFC Cup in 2006. It's 8 years since they last competed at this level. Now, Jeonbuk Motors were the dominant force in K-League 1, winning the title 9 times in 13 years between 2009 and 2021, and they were runners-up in 2022. But the football cycle never stops, and this season they're in a very difficult moment and battling to avoid relegation. On Saturday, they drew 0-0 at home to bottom of the table Incheon United. They are 4 points from safety with 2 games left, and it's likely they will be involved in the relegation playoffs, but it's also possible that they could suffer straight relegation to K2. They have a massive league game on Sunday at home to Daegu FC. In the Malaysia Super League, they're just over halfway through their season. Selangor are second, but 8 points behind the runaway leaders Johor Darul Tazim, who also have a game in hand. On Saturday, they won 1-0 away to Kedah. Their next league game has been postponed, so their next 3 games are all in this competition. Confirmation of the team sheet. Thiago will be a key man for Jeonbuk this evening, returning after injury. If they were looking for a goal, number 10, Song Min-kyu, has 6 in the league so far. Referee this evening is Lu Kwok Man. He's from Hong Kong, as are the other on-field officials. There is no VAR for this game. And the visitors this evening, this is their lineup. Alvin Fortes, as I mentioned, he's listed as Netherlands, but he does play for Cape Verde. Just the one striker, number 17, Daniel Asri, among the substitutes. That may give a little clue to the mindset of Selangor. They, I think, would be happy with a point. Now, in the game 2 weeks ago, Selangor went 2-0 up in the first half with 2 goals in 2 minutes just after the half hour. The captain and centre-half, Harith Haiki, scored the first, latching onto a loose ball following a free kick, forcing it home from close range, and then right winger Ali Olwan, worth keeping an eye on tonight, by the way, doubled the lead for Selangor with a goal from open play. He was put through, his shot deflected off an outstretched leg of a defender and looped over the goalkeeper. But just before the break, Jeonbuk pulled the goal back when the left-back John Wonjae sent over a lovely in-swinging cross, and the midfielder Kwan Chan-hun glanced a header past the keeper. And in stoppage time at the end of that game, the Selangor attacking midfielder Johandri Orofko was shown a second yellow card, sent off, and he misses this evening's game. So just the 1 point separating the sides in Group H. If there is a winner this evening, then they will go a long way to securing a place in the last 16. Plenty at stake in the Jeonju Stadium this evening. Home side in green and yellow, visitors in what probably looks to you like white, but is officially described as beige with a red stripe across the shirt, reminiscent of Peru, who play international football in those colours. The noise is coming from the visiting fans who have made the long trip northeast from Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, to watch this game. A little bit of a rarity for them, as I mentioned, first time in 8 years that they're playing at this level. And the emotion after the first game in the Malaysian capital was evident among the players and the fans. Big moment for them. And almost mount the first attack at the game, but Alvin Fortes, who appears to be playing more in the middle than out wide, was very nearly onto it. Kim Do-hoon is the Jeonbuk manager, former South Korea international, played in Malaysia actually, and spent a season with West Bromwich Albion in England. Jeonbuk throw. And they will certainly be out to avenge that defeat. Yes, they have other things on their mind. I mean, one of the big names in South Korean football, and desperate struggle to stay in K1. As the shot comes in, and easy for the goalkeeper to gather. But it is a first effort on goal from the central midfielder, Nanabate. Well struck too. Defender took all pace off the ball. Pitch looking a little bit worn. I mean, they are coming towards the end of their season, so a lot of football has been played on it. To be running true. Boateng, who will try and run things from central midfield, and that's an errant pass, and Fortes picks up the loose ball. And Selangor try and play their way out of trouble. Oh, that's good skill. And they do play their way out of trouble. It'd be interesting to see how many join the attack here. There's 3 ahead of the man with the ball. And it's one of them, Ali Olwan, who Scored in the first game, blow to the face. And, first intervention from the referee to tell off a Jeonbuk player for a handoff. I think they call that in rugby union. Is the Selangor interim coach, De Fitter. He was appointed last week following the resignation of Nazim Jamil. He is from the Netherlands. Early opportunity from the set piece. Alvin Fortes weighing up his options. Boateng was up strongly. They're looking to break Jeonbuk, and here they go. And Selangor have committed a lot of players forward. Can Jeonbuk take advantage? No, they can't. But good attacking intent from the visitors. And they've got the ball back. There's Thiago standing up to the physical challenge. He's a tall man. Fernandez makes a move in the middle, but the ball doesn't reach him. Jeonbuk will go back and build again from the back. They haven't fielded their strongest team, Jeonbuk Motors, in this competition. Although this one is stronger than the one they sent out a couple of weeks ago. But relegation is really uppermost in their minds and would be an absolute disaster for the club, as it is for every club that suffers relegation. They are one of the big names. So good tempo to the early stages of this contest. Boateng was nudged in the back. There you had Thiago. He will be a handful, Thiago, if Selangor can get some service to him. He's down injured at the moment, Thiago. He felt that. 50-50 challenge. Well, the Jeonbuk player got the ball, and it was the follow-through, I think, that caught Thiago. Aliol one. Fernandez. He was the player that was injured, Ronnie Fernandez, the Chilean striker. No, Elena's first involvement. And they go back to Abu Al-Nadi. Jeonbuk. Zikri. Nicely done. Chang Hoon. Sung Hu went outside him, instead he goes in the middle. Boateng can't quite thread it through, but they have it back to Jeonbuk. Little spell of pressure from them. Sung Hu getting involved again, given away cheaply. Fortes winning it back. Zikri. You can see why Selangor have qualified for this level of club football. They do knock it around nicely, playing with a good deal of confidence. Perhaps the stadium not at its most intimidating, but they've come to play. Knocked off the ball, and Jeonbuk winner throwing. Fortes hustling back to help his full-back out with defensive duties on this near side. Lee Soo-bin, who will anchor the midfield along with Nana Boateng. Captain Jo Yong sends it forward. Jeonbuk. Given away, swept out to this near side. Chang Hoon can't keep the ball in play. Goal kick. Came off a Selangor player. Have they given the corner, or is it a goal kick? So, oh, it is this corner. It appeared like the referee had awarded a goal kick, but it is a corner, and it is the correct decision. And Lee Soo-bin takes it quickly and short. And on the turn, well, there was a little bit of space there for Seong-woo, but the ball was behind him, and it would have had to have been a very accurate to beat the goalkeeper from that range and running away from goal. But they did find a little bit of space on the edge of the area, so Selangor a little bit caught out as Fortes wins the throw. Selangor coach Adi Fita Hassan is very new to the job. Was asked why, a couple of players weren't in the 11, and he said, "Well, we're quite lucky. We've got a lot to choose from. There are a few injuries and a little bit of illness, but he's put out a strong side tonight. They have a little bit of leeway in terms of Malaysian Super League, and they can to focus on getting something from this game tonight. To show some defensive discipline. You can see that it's a back five for Selangor. Attempted flick on is belted away by Alvin Fortes. Ronnie Fernandez was blocked. Chasing after the ball. He looks at the referee, but it's accepted part of defending now to bolt the runner. Helped out to this near side. The cross is a good one. Well watched by, picked up by Boateng. And that is a goal kick. Now there is another group game taking place in Group H. And Muangthong have just gone 2-0 up at dynamic Herb Sibu. Same kickoff time, so Muangthong going really well in that one, scoring twice in the first 15 minutes of the game. Here it's 0-0. The goalkeeper has been unduly troubled so far. Reclaim possession, and Boateng will start another attack. Little pocket of space opens up for Chang Hoon. Goalkeeper comes and claims it. Enterprising though from Jeonbuk. Good work from Harith Hakal to win the header against the tall centre forward. Fernandez flicks it on. Fortes tried to get there. Tied it up by Chang Woo. On up front, everybody well marked. Good anticipation from Fortes. Nearly got there and nicked the ball away. Chang Woo. No options forward, has to go back. Ja Young helps it on. Lee Soo Bin. And again, Little 1-2 might unlock something here. Thiago with the layoff, doesn't reach the intended target. Jeonbuk didn't have anything on, but managed to retain possession. Precise again from him. That will be a foul on Ronnie Fernandez. He was under a little bit of pressure there. First time ball forward from Noah Lena. Chang Hoon has won a throw in. Cheng, his first contribution really to the game. Selangor will be quite happy that Jeonbuk are playing in front of them. But it will take a lot of concentration and discipline if this is going to be the pattern of the game, with Jeonbuk having most of the ball. First time forward ball for Thiago, who wins the header. Seung-woo still trying to fashion a shooting opportunity. Instead it goes wide, two in the middle. Oh, and right across the face of goal. Best moment of the match so far. Well-constructed move from Jeonbuk, but it comes to nothing. Seung-woo, the architect. Chang Hoon was waiting at the far post. So Chang Hoon's cross is put away for a corner. Oh, taken really nicely and headed home by Thiago. They score from a set piece. 21 minutes in, and Chang Hoon with an excellent delivery. And Thiago, we'll have to look at it again, but it looked like he was unchallenged. 22 minutes, the goal given as Thiago puts the home side in the lead. And at 6-3, he is a danger. And Selangor find themselves a goal down early in the piece. Lovely delivery. Right on the money. Well, it's pretty much a free header. Right in the middle of the goal. Selangor undone at the set piece. It's his 7th goal of the season, but his first in this competition. Jeonbuk with the breakthrough. And now it's their fans making the noise. Boateng. Important for Selangor to regroup in these moments after a goal. Didn't quite get through, and nor did that one either. Chang Woo picks it up. Chang Hoon gets it back, plays it off. Oh, nicely done. Didn't quite get through, but you can see what they were trying to do. Playing with a bit more confidence now, that's what a goal does for you. Fortes. Fernandez. Looking for Fortes with the return ball, but he was outnumbered. And even though he's working hard, it will be a goal kick to the home side. Look at the goal. Jeonbuk free kick. In the other game, I mentioned that Muanthong had taken a 2-0 lead away at Cebu. Game kicking off at the same time. It's now 2-2 in that other game in Group H. Cleared away eventually by Selangor. They can't get hold of the ball at the moment. They are under the cosh. They're keen to get on with it though. It's a positive approach. I mean, they have lined up a little bit defensively, but when they have the ball, they are trying to be progressive, trying to get it forward, trying to get their front men involved. And Fortes and Ronnie Fernandez playing up front pretty much together, although Fortes has defensive duties, as Jeonbuk come again and win another corner. And this could be another problem for Selangor. Jeonbuk sticking a foot out, conceding the corner. They'll have to keep a much closer eye on Thiago. Well defended at the near post. Good chase from Fortes. Shown that he's a willing worker and a willing runner. They still have the ball, 2 up. It's just too many green and yellow shirts around for Selangor to fashion any kind of move forward. Good defending from the home side, winning the ball back. So that was an example of how quick Selangor are on the counter-attack. And Fortes is the main outlet, main supporter of Ronnie Fernandez, the lone running centre forward. Going to press though. It's tight. A little bit of space for Boateng. Thiago's flick didn't come off. Fernandes was the target, now he has it, and Fortes, that was always going to be a difficult ball to take. Nice move from Seong-ho, but it comes to nothing. Very much a 5-4-1, you can see the shape. Shots is comfortable for the goalkeeper, but more promise from Jeonbuk. Chang-hoon with accuracy and a little bit of power, but goalkeeper well positioned, and his distribution is good too. Half an hour played, and that's the story of the game. 1-0, 5 shots to none for Selangor. So Jeonbuk dominating the first half an hour or so. Fernandes. Looking for Ali Olwan, who hasn't really been able to get into the game, certainly not on the same level as Alvin Fortes on this side. Thiago makes the run. He's picked out as well. Good football from Jeonbuk, and they pick up the second ball. And Thiago's now where he's supposed to be, which is inside the penalty area in the centre forward position and calling for it. He fancies it. Here he is on the ball. Opportunity to cross perhaps, and in it comes, and Thiago, well, it was aimed at him and he moved away from the defender, lost his marker, but Subin's ball was just a fraction too high and a bit too far in front of the Brazilian. Oh, that's a lovely pass. And Fortes, for the first time, is free. And the ball across goal is to nobody. That was one of the better moments, if not the best moment for Selangor. Fortes was away down this left-hand side, but there was nobody in the middle. Only Fernandes. It needed to go near post. Thiago again makes a run, drags a defender with him. Oh, Boateng. caught in two minds, loses the ball. And Fortes goes for the shot, and Ronnie Fernandez looks round and says, I'm not sure about that, mate. But he's looked the liveliest of the Selangor front runners, has Alvin Fortes. It is a free kick to Selangor. Jeonbuk gets the second bite at the cherry. It's just too tight. No risks taken. The old one with the strike. Now that is the best moment for Selangor, the goalkeeper who hasn't had very much to do, down to palm it away. Bounced awkwardly in front of him. That was a good moment. And I fancy that would have crept in at the far post. The goalkeeper needed to deal with that. Good moment for the visitors, and they have a set piece. Fortes whips it in. Well headed away by Hajun. Now it's a foot race, and the referee will bring that back for a free kick to Jeonbuk, I think. There was a foul in the build-up, but the referee did well to allow play to develop, and when there was no advantage to Jeonbuk, he blew the whistle. So good refereeing. Thiago was allowed to bring that ball down, and it's a lovely pass from Boateng. Jeonbuk on the move here, just behind Chang Hoon. Selangor get a breather with a free kick. Strong header. Oh, and a mistake. It could be a costly one. Chang Hoon couldn't quite get it through. And that was a lack of concentration. And Ronnie Fernandez is whistled against, and Jeonbuk can start again. Song Ho, lovely skill from Chang Hoon, but couldn't get a shot off. Still there though for him. Volley would have been great if it had come off and gone in at the far post, but it was easy meat for the goalkeeper in the end. didn't quite catch it cleanly. It came off the shin, I think. Oh, skipper's got a nosebleed. Bang in the face from Harith. Okay. Ooh, that's a painful one. It's the last 5 minutes of normal time at the end of this first half. Tidying things up. Chang Hoon, who's been lively. Jeonbuk managed to retain possession, even though that wasn't the best of balls from Kwon Chang Hoon. Boateng once more. That's a lovely pass. It's not for the first time tonight. He's spraying it around. Thiago in the middle. Has to check his run and start again. Well, they need to get tighter to him. Just starting to run things in midfield. It's the Ghanaian making his first appearance in the Asian Champions League Two this season. Clever from Thiago. Sung Hu lays it off to Chang Hoon, who's been busy. And this is threatening. Fortes now on the far side, can't make the challenge. The ball from Chang Hoon is a harmless one in the end. The other game in Group H is a little bit mad. Muan Thong went 2-0 up. Cebu pulled it back to 2-2, but Muan Thong has scored twice more. Cebu 2, Muan Thong 4. And like this game, they're still in the first half. Here, it's a goal from Thiago in the 22nd minute that separates the sides, and here he is on the ball once more. Not for long. Good defending, good anticipation. Boateng. Sung-woo had it stuck under his feet. Bit of space on this near side. Zikri. Jeonbuk. That was a foul. Referee says play on. He's keen to let things go. A reminder that he doesn't have VAR to help him out, the ref, tonight. Zikri. One couldn't collect the ball, but made sure Jeonbuk couldn't make anything of it. off by Thiago Boateng. Cheng Wu, good defending. Zikri doing well. Onwan, nothing much ahead of him. So, because Ronnie Fernandez was just behind him, Jeonbuk has to go back. Just the 1 minute of stoppage time. The game has flowed. Oh, another mistake. He's recovered. Michael with the error, but he managed to rectify it. And Selangor were in a good position. He's got through again. Went for the shot. So they've had some moments, Selangor. Onwan bringing a save from the goalkeeper a little bit earlier in the first half. And Fortes was lively on this side, so this is definitely a stronger side for Selangor. And then changing wingers, the wingers swapping positions. A lot of it has come down this side there. Attack, as the referee does blow for half-time. And it's just one goal in it. It is a tight game. And that came on 22. Thiago with a header from a corner. Lovely set piece. There has to be question marks about the marking. He was all alone, and the Brazilian scoring from close range with a firm header. Half-time. Jeonbuk 1, Selangor 0. It's been tight so far. And the first substitution of the game. Son Min-kyu, scored 6 goals in the league, is brought on to beef up the attack. Free kick won by Alvin Fortes, who shows a little bit of irritation. Not getting much change. Lee Sung-ho. So they're still in their sort of 4-4-2 with the substitute Son Min-kyu wide left of the 4. Quentin Cheng. Fortes faced by 2. Boateng reads his intentions. Jeonbuk, nicely shaped ball. Cheng. Elena helps it on. Available again, here he is. Fernandez points to where he wants it and he gets it, goes over, and they win a free kick. So better from Selangor. Jeonbuk to swing it over. Jeonbuk gave it away. Shmuradov helps it back and then retreats into his centre-half position. Zikri is fouled. Another free kick to Selangor, who have started on the front foot in this second half. Sure what Ronnie Fernandez is complaining about. They got the free kick. Mondi has to go back. Fortes down the line. Cheng, who is playing wing back, getting in support of his winger. Lena threads it through. Olwan, he was lively in the first half. Jeonbuk. Chance for Jeonbuk to get it away. Fortes. Over the crossbar. I was keeping up to date with that other game in Group H. Cebu Muangthong. The last scoreline I told you about was 4-2 as it approached half-time. Well, they're in half-time, and it's now Cebu 2, Muangthong 6. 8 goals in the first half of that game. Positive start from Selangor to this second half, and this is the first sign of life from Jeonbuk after the interval. 1-0, you feel not enough. Selangor did threaten at times in that first half. I wonder if the very nearly got through. I wonder if the message from the interim boss, Abdi Fettah Hassan of Selangor was, you know, I know we're playing a big club in a big stadium, but there's no need to stand off them. There's no need to show them too much respect. And they're only 1-0 up through a set piece, so let's go out and play some football in the second half. And they've certainly tried to do that in the first 5 minutes of this second period. So is that. Oh, and they're in. Would have been a lovely goal. Chang Hoon took it first time. Really well worked, though. That was slick. The back heel, the layoff. That was a pretty good pass as well. I just wonder if Zikri, he did. I think Zikri got a touch on it, which took the striker off. Jeonbuk Hyundai. Haven't mentioned the Jeonbuk defenders too much. Have a whole lot to do. Important challenge. Jeonbuk loses out. Thiago. The intention was good from the goalkeeper, but slightly overhit. Jeonbuk possibly had a little bit more time than he realised. One. Fortes. Very tight. Given away though. Cheng. Jeonbuk. Fernandez. Now Fortes. Clipped in. It's much better from Selangor. Much more threatening, and they have the ball back. No, Elena. Turn from Olwan. Fortes. Looking for Cheng, I think, but it was an odd ball, and I'm not sure what Cheng would have been able to do with that. And so Fortes acknowledges that perhaps that wasn't the right selection. First time ball is a good one. Really good defending though from Abdul Al-Nadi. But it's still there for Jeonbuk. Son Min-kyu. Sung Hu is hustled off it, and Selangor can break once more. Olwan available. No, Elena, here is Olwan. Jeonbuk. Ball inside the fullback. Jeonbuk just a little bit rattled here, giving the ball away. Son Min-kyu. Thiago made the run and then checked. Sung Ho. Son Min-kyu, the substitute. Still only 3 up. Su Bin on the edge of the area, but Jeonbuk wary of overcommitting. Good run from the fullback, created a bit of space. No way through at the moment. It's just a little bit scrappy. Foul by Thiago. Ronnie Fernandez had strayed beyond the last man, and indeed he had. Thiago beaten to it. Boateng comes across. Fernandez does well. This wasn't quite as accurate as he wanted it to be. Fortes has won it back though. Cheng. Selangor trying to play the game in and around the Jeonbuk penalty area in this second half. Lovely control from Lena, and off the crossbar. They're getting closer. Ronnie Fernandez just getting in front of his marker, so much better. Olwan's ball in. Goalkeeper was beaten off the top of the crossbar and behind to safety. Best moment of the match for Selangor. And that will give them encouragement. I mean, they've really tried to take the game to Jeonbuk in this second half and very nearly got their reward there. And here they come again. Oh. I think he'll be pleased with what he's seen from his team in the second half. I mean, just in the job, what, just over a week. Jeonbuk trying to take the sting out of the game. Selangor have a head of steam. And they have the ball back. Now Elena becoming more influential in that central midfield area. Fortes. Sikri did well. All still in play. Oh no, not in play. Very close. So Kim Jae-hoon has seen enough in this second half. He is going to freshen it up. Ji-ho is central midfielder. Jin Tae-ho is an attacking midfielder. So some positive in-game management from the Jeonbuk manager, not liking what he's seen in the first 20 minutes or so of this second half, and decided to shake things up a little bit, try and get a grip on the game. It is central midfield where Selangor have become a little bit more active and dominant than they were in the first half. Manager making 2 substitutions, 3 in all, 2 left for him. There has been another goal in the other group game, and Muafathong scored again. Cebu 2, Muafathong 7. So Boateng and Subin forced back in central midfield, and they've just lost a little bit of control of the game. So the substitutions are aimed at regaining a little bit of that. As Chang Hoon makes a strong run, Thiago forced backwards, Boateng. Wu Jae. Straightforward for the goalkeeper. Chang Woo went with his man. They're a good blend, the front 3 for Selangor. Ronnie Fernandez, an imposing centre forward. A bit of trickery and pace out wide in the shape of Olwan. Fortes on the right. Two green shirts up for this attack, and the final ball is a loose one. First change of the game for Selangor. So Nicola Jambo, the one to give away, and Mokeri comes on. So central midfielder for central midfielder. Both coaches realising that it's a key area of this game. Abdifitah Hassan responding to these 2 substitutions made in that area by his opposite number. Fortes does get it through second time. Carey involved the first time. The deflection almost fell for Fernandez. Fourth change for Jeonbuk. Chulsung. He's playing on this near side, so he's a right back playing on the left. Minkyu. Taiho. Wins a corner. Selangor have to be careful here. They conceded the goal from a corner in the first half, and they're still very much in this game. Much better second half from the visitors. They need to keep it at 1-0. It's easily defended. Goalkeeper across. I don't think it was going on, but he didn't want to take any chances. So well wide, but Alamin just making sure. Boateng the target on the near post. Fernandez mistimes his defensive header. Fortes steps in. Green and yellow sorted out, come again. Chang Hoon, goal kick. Appeared to be on. Shot was on there. Good block. Boateng, who's been pushed back from that central midfield role, and much more defensive work from him in this second half, as Thiago is beaten to it. Wang carries it on, but there was a handball in there, and Fernandez disagrees, as does Makeri. Minkyu so nearly through. Hackle, the captain, had to be alert, and he was. free kick was taken quickly. Lovely first touch. Got to keep their concentration, Selangor. Very nearly got there. Will be another corner. The fans that are in the stadium are in good voice, hoping, most of them, for another goal. There's the corner routine, very nearly comes off. Kwon Chang-hoon with the volley over the crossbar, but what a delivery from Jae-ho. Right on the money. Been good at set pieces tonight of Jeonbuk. That looked like a handball. Good defending. Close out Olwan. Getting neat and tidy though from Noah Lehner, who has been much more prominent in this second half. Kim Ha-jun just stepping across Olwan. Zikri, Lehner. Nadi's ball is just a little bit overhit. Little look of concern on the face of Kim Do-hoon, the Jeonbuk coach. He knows this game is far from over. The visitors have been much more competitive in this second half. Fortes. Quite sure that's what he intended, and it's just a little bit untidy from Selangor. Thiago's been very quiet in this second period. He's just hasn't had much service. Mikeri made the run. Olwan gets it back from Fortes. Thiago, nice touch from him. He's available behind as well. Oh. Substitution for the home side. Boateng. So Jeonbuk is on. We'll have to see where he plays, but he's left back by trade. Oh, mistake from the goalkeeper. You don't want to give away corners with that man in attendance. Doesn't come. The referee, I think, has given another corner. Abu Al-Nadi with the final touch, was it? Or did it come off from Kerry? The corner will be taken before the next two substitutes are allowed on. It's a similar one. Got to get hold of that. Kwon Chang-hoon along the ground this time. He didn't quite get hold of that one either. Is one of those to come on. He's a centre midfielder. And so on is Hakil Lau. So again, another couple of midfielders brought on. One, testing the goalkeeper. Referee not impressed. Tai-ho. Boateng. Less than 7 minutes of the 90 to play. And still the goal from that man separates the sides. Time for Jayon. Selangor have it back. And then they give it away. Kyu. He's made a difference since he's come on. He's got away again. The cut back. It's cut out by Noah Lena. He's looked lively on this left-hand side. Cheng couldn't handle him on that occasion. Underneath the crossbar, but too easy for the goalkeeper. A little bit surprised they haven't done a bit more of that, because the goalkeeper's not the tallest. They haven't really put him under pressure. Their set pieces have been good. They've scored from one and had a couple of shots from just inside the area with well-executed routines, but perhaps the ball under the crossbar and players crowding out the goalkeeper would provide a bit of variety. As it nicked away from him. Tai Ho runs into traffic. Mukeri. Fortes. Just not enough space for a shot. Lena helps there. Now there is space for a shot. Always rising. Left wing back, Sikri. Wanthong scored again in that other game. Cebu 2, Wanthong 8. The other game in Group H. Holds off Mukeri, wins a free kick. Takes over, calms things down into the last couple of minutes. If it was to stay like this, Jeonbuk would go to the top of the table, have 9 points to Selangor's 7. Fortes had his shirt pulled. Officials don't notice. Thiago. Thiago, you can see the flag on the far side, went up straight away, just slightly mistimed. Wanthong have scored again. So if they can hold on to their 9-2 lead, they will move up to 5 points, 1 or 2 points behind Selangor in the table. So they're still very much in it. It's pretty much good night to dynamic Herb Cebu. Nearly job done for Kim Do-hyun. Never quite know with this game though. Selangor, credit to them in the second half. They've been the better of the two sides, in all honesty. Hit the bar as we move into stoppage time. A header. I think that's why there was a little bit of hesitancy in the Jeonbuk defence, because they knew the flag had gone up. So 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. We've almost played 30 seconds of it. He was offside, which is why the three defenders didn't really react as Omukeri came bearing down on goal. Oh, lovely touch. And was that a tackle from behind? The referee says no. Tai Ho was in there. Just the second meeting between these two. The first was a couple of weeks ago with Selangor winning 2-1 as Kim Jong-hoon, the goalkeeper, who hasn't had an awful lot to do, clears his lines, and 4 against 3 momentarily. Thank you. Thiago. Jeonbuk happy to knock it around now. Frustrating for Selangor. They keep it in play. Soon wins the free kick, and that will be just about that. Faisal will come on for the last seconds of the game. Fortes has worked hard. He's looked lively. Free kick, Selangor. Final opportunity to get the ball through the Jeonbuk half. And the referee brings the game to a close. Hard fought and tight, and just a single goal in it. Thiago scoring from a corner in the 22nd minute. It's his header that separates the sides and gives the points to Jeonbuk Hyundai. Slack marking, and Thiago taking advantage. Selangor much better in the second half. And they were a little bit unlucky on 62 when Ronnie Fernandez, with the best chance of the game for them, hit the crossbar with the goal at his mercy. Important game coming up for Jeonbuk in the league. But they will have this morale-boosting victory over Selangor to carry into that important fixture. Final score, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors 1, Selangor 0.